It's the battle of the century, and the front line is your living room. At stake, billions.
Everything competes with everything these days.
Media giants, tech titans, internet innovators. They all want in on the action and a role in shaping the future. How you watch, what you watch, and where you watch.
2 to 3 years from now, every network will look like HBO.
It's a power struggle that will revolutionize television.
I mean, you can't say that all of them are going to survive.
There's going to be a tremendous amount of disruption.
As a new guard shakes things up,
If holograms are the next thing, we'll make it for that.
a new generation demands it all. While media moguls fight to defend their turf,
I think there'll be more change in television in the next 5 or 10 years than the last 25 combined.
Xbox Home. Big tech companies also want a piece.
We're only getting started.
The secret goal of Google is to upend that advertising experience.
In an industry on the verge of extraordinary change. I'm Julia Borston, and you've got a front row seat.
The whole damn thing is going to tip.
This is Stay Tuned, the future of TV. TVs are bigger, thinner, and sharper than ever, but the newest generation shares one revolutionary feature: the ability to connect to the internet, allowing Microsoft, Google, and Apple to invade your living room.
Please join me in welcoming Robert Kinsel to present the Entertainment Matters keynote address.
For the tech world, this was a first glimpse at YouTube's vision for transforming TV. YouTube's global head of content and partnerships revealing a grand plan for a whole new channel universe.
Within just a few years, online video will be responsible for 90% of all internet traffic.
A bold move by search giant Google, which owns YouTube, to change TV watching forever via internet-connected television.
500 million of those will be shipped by 2015.
YouTube's plan? Up the quality, the quantity, the star power of its content, and invade your living room TV set.
The tweens clubhouse on YouTube.
The company's investing $100 million in this original content.
But the only reason Three's company is worth remembering is that
100 new channels people will access on computers, smartphones, tablets, and connected TVs.
And they can write their comments, they can engage with the video.
They're sort of seeding the ground, if you will. They could put 100 new channels into place. 2, 3, 4 of those might break out and be hits.
And we're only getting started.
Started on a much larger project. YouTube's parent Google is fighting for more of consumers' time.
People spend an average of only 15 minutes watching video on YouTube a day, but they spend 4 or 5 hours watching TV every day. So what are you doing to change that?
What we have to do is engage users and make sure that they find the content that is dear to their heart.
Google throws in $100 million and says to these people, go for it. Make whatever you think we want to watch, from comedy to drama, longer format, medium format, whatever you think we want to watch, it's worth a shot.
A shot Google's giving to a wide mix of producers, from YouTube veterans to former studio chiefs, to Madonna, Lady Gaga, and Ashton Kutcher.
I'm making a channel called Thrash that is a culture channel. It's about what matters to me on a soul level, on a heart level, on a mind level, but also has massive entertainment value.
So what does YouTube's new strategy mean for you? The quality of some YouTube programming will look more like what you find on TV, and that includes more star power. And some of the new niche channels may be exactly what you never found on TV, but always wished for. And YouTube is just one of many players betting that internet connections and apps will change how you use your TV set.
Now we're seeing the advent of sort of the mega channel universe. Whole different thing.
Mega channels, not just everything on cable, but also all the internet channels like YouTube, plus streaming video from Netflix and Hulu. And everyone's trying to guess what impact these mega channels will have. And the 3 biggest tech companies, Google, Apple, and Microsoft, are fighting for a piece of the mega channel universe.
They look at how many hours we're all watching a day and they think that's prime for revolution.
A revolution Google wants in on, using both YouTube programming and Google TV.
What's so top secret?
What's top secret is we have a lot of improvements in the area of user experience.
These engineers are working on a do-over for Google TV. Its debut in 2010 bombed.
They failed once doing this, now they're trying it again.
This time, Google's using its hit Android smartphone technology to give TVs access to apps and search. Mario Quiros runs strategy for Google TV.
How important is search for Google TV?
The search is great, but a lot of times I don't know what to search for. And so one of the big problems we think needs to be solved is content recommendation.
The same way Google owns search online, it hopes to control the future search bar in your living room, making Google the ultimate tool for finding content on TV the way it is for the web.
Xbox, Bing, Transformers.
In the competition to control the way you watch TV, Microsoft has a head start with Xbox.
Are you trying to rebrand Xbox away from being something that's defined by video games to make it something that might be appealing to people who don't even play video games?
That's correct. Xbox will stand more and more for Microsoft's entertainment service for movies, music, and gaming, as opposed to just a console gaming for teens.
Microsoft's Chief Marketing Officer for Interactive Entertainment, Yusuf Mehdi, wants consumers to think of the Xbox as the center of their content ecosystem.
So we have a variety of content on the service.
As a Trojan horse, Microsoft has put 60 million Xbox 360s in the planet. Most of them connect to the internet, and the most of those watch video on them.
Ultimately, Microsoft is pushing Xbox to become the set-top box of the future and your gateway to a new video universe.
There is a new wave of interactive content that I believe we will pioneer with partners in a way that many others won't.
Next, YouTube's $100 million bet on what you'll want to watch.
This sort of, Jackass meets 60 Minutes.
When Stay Tuned, the future of TV continues. The first wave of internet video was nothing more than home movies. But now, web video is growing up and going pro. It's a far cry from a Hollywood studio, but it has the bare bone essentials: wardrobe, hair and makeup, green screens, young writers pounding out scripts. Two-year-old Maker Studios is a new breed of production house. With 200 employees, it cranks out over 300 YouTube videos a month, most for less than $1,000.
Walk by.
People can make a living doing this, and they can make up their own rules as they go, and they can decide what they want to put out there.
Maker's co-founder and head of development, Lisa Donovan, got her start on YouTube.
We are experts in it, and we put in our 10,000 hours on YouTube.
So here's the first video.
Maker bets on the creative potential of the little guy.
Sometimes we help them write things, sometimes it's theirs, and we share in the work as partners. You have a lot more control in this model.
It's a model poised to take advantage of shifting viewer patterns as the distinction between the web and TV starts to disappear, especially for younger viewers.
They're now starting not to care whether something's on YouTube or television, because to them it's just entertainment.
The talk show Mom's View, the cornerstone of one of 3 new channels Maker is producing for YouTube.
It's just hard for me to take a compliment, because as women, it's funny how people can be like, oh, you look beautiful, and oh, but my hair's a mess.
Google is paying content creators to make 100 new channels. All these new internet channels mean a ton more video options on your connected TV. Expect content that targets smaller audiences with very specific interests.
Welcome to Vice.
That's exactly what Vice aims to do with its digital network.
Vice is sort of, Jackass meets 60 Minutes.
Shane Smith is Vice's president.
This is what all fear stems from.
And one of its globetrotting personalities.
There's some North Koreans waving at us over there.
We make TV, we make online, we make mobile, we make anything. If holograms are the next thing, we'll make it for that.
They've got a chance to really be one of the great emerging brands, the wave of new brands, the ESPNs and HBOs of this new revolution, and, for their own little world.
Vice describes its target audience as 18 to 34-year-old trendsetters.
All these people are waiting to perform for us.
In 5 years, Smith has grown Vice from a free alternative magazine into a video-centric media company with over 500 employees.
Nobody wants to be left out of whatever's going to happen on the web, where there are going to be countless channels, but everybody also wants to have a stake in television.
We believe that there's a changing of the guard in media every generation.
Next, the highest-rated network may prove to be a major obstacle as Apple looks to revolutionize TV.
Steve Jobs wanted us to put the content on and play with him on terms of subscriptions.
Coming up on Stay Tuned, the future of TV.
Most of what I watch is off the internet.
I have to budget my time properly to watch the shows that I do want to watch.
Netflix or on YouTube.
It just makes sense to watch on our laptops.
Wherever you can find it, just get it.
A new generation that chooses when and where it watches is creating a tidal wave of change.
I was watching New Girl on Hulu.
Change that every media and distribution company wants to capitalize on.
So media conglomerates like Disney are making bold moves, joining forces with Comcast, CNBC's parent company, to meet consumer demand for access to Disney content on their terms, anytime, anywhere, and on any device.
As long as they subscribe to Comcast Cable.
It actually incentivizes people to be subscribers because unless you are a subscriber to the service, you will not have the kind of access that we're offering.
Access that includes streaming live content. Comcast CEO Brian Roberts.
Disney, in their case, wanted to take live ESPN and put it on tablets and smartphones, but they wanted to do it for people who subscribe to ESPN.
The future almost certainly holds more deals like this one. Content and distribution companies will give you more video you want, when and where you want it, adding value to your satellite or cable service.
But media giants are not cutting deals with everyone. In fact, Steve Jobs' mysterious and much anticipated Apple TV project may be suffering because content creators are putting up serious roadblocks.
Steve Jobs wanted us to put the content on and play with him on terms of subscriptions.
CBS CEO Les Moonves says Jobs pitched him on licensing CBS content for a video subscription service.
We felt he didn't want to pay for it.
But Moonves said, no deal.
We need to be protective of our content. We make billions of dollars in advertising. We make billions of dollars in syndication. The idea is to put your content online that enhances that, doesn't take away or cannibalize our main business.
Apple TV has the potential to be a big game changer, just like the iPhone did for the cell phone business.
Technology analyst Shaw Wu says sources at Apple's suppliers tell him Apple has ambitious plans to enable customers to cut the cord.
With Apple TV, we're hearing you're gonna be able to choose whatever 10, 20, 30 channels you want and be able to customize into a package.
But the problem is, without key content deals, disruptive new technology isn't that disruptive.
It depends on whether these content providers follow Apple's vision.
A lot of the deals that the distributors, cable operators, and satellite companies have with the programmers, they can't just put everything up online.
Time Warner is putting it all online, turning HBO into an app. CEO Jeff Bewkes.
I think HBO Go shows you the future of TV because every channel is going to be like this.
Bewkes says he doesn't care where people watch as long as they subscribe.
It's on your laptop, it's on your tablet, it's on your TV.
It ensures that I stay a subscriber to HBO. It doesn't let me go off the reservation and sign up on my own online.
Do you think cord cutting is a threat down the line?
I really don't, because people want the choice of all this TV.
So far, Bewkes has been right. Over 90% of U.S. households pay for a TV subscription. The number of subscribers grew by 281,000 in 2011. But with 3/4 of American households paying for broadband, the big question, will the next generation decide internet is all they need? And how will satellite and cable companies react?
There's going to come a time very, very soon where cable companies are going to say, wait, are we data companies or are we video companies?
With all that video coming through your connected TV, you will inevitably use a lot more data. If you watch lots of online videos, all those gigabytes could get pricey.
The reality is we're the largest broadband residential provider in the country, and so we want to encourage broadband.
But delivery and content companies still have high hopes for TV, seeing live events, sports in particular, as a crucial tool to draw viewers and ultimately prevent cord cutting. One reason why NBC Universal, CNBC's parent, has invested in the Olympics, NFL, NHL, and PGA Golf Tour rights.
Those kind of live events are going to be the stories that we always want to see live and going to be very valuable and very important to our customers.
Record ratings for live events like the Super Bowl and a surge in real-time conversations on Twitter and Facebook are evidence that live TV is still king.
In some ways, social networking is keeping live TV alive. It's giving people reason to watch the same show at the same time as everybody else.
Are we seeing a new renaissance of live television because of Twitter?
We are absolutely seeing that.
Twitter's CEO Dick Costolo thinks TV will increasingly become a multi-screen experience, and all that social media will start to influence what you see on the TV screen.
It's not just the new focus group, it's more than that. It's a focus group that can start to impact the programming itself.
In the future, expect TV shows to leverage those second screens, so you'll connect, interact, and get hooked on programming.
Coming up, big changes to how you watch, getting you off the sofa and involved in the show. Plus,
there's going to be a tremendous amount of disruption.
The big battle over a tiny idea that could cut your cable bills down to size. Stay tuned for the future of TV.
User research studios, where focus groups come in to test out all the cool new technologies in these rooms that they call play pods. Let's check one out. Hi.
I'm Dave McCarthy, GM of Kids and Lifestyle Entertainment here at Microsoft.
Great, let's see what we got.
Microsoft is testing the future of interactive television for the youngest generation, demonstrating what's possible when Xbox meets Sesame Street.
Keep jumping. All right, now stop. Your actions on the show have caused Cookie Monster to get his first toy out of the tree.
Never mind!
A camera detects every movement, which programmers use to turn you into virtually anything.
Wow, this is
awesome. You feel
awesome.
those wings on you? Let's get some more flap in those wings.
Oops, I'm missing the crickets.
That's right, yeah.
A National Geographic owl documentary gets viewers involved, catching a meal of crickets.
I think that cricket just jumped into my mouth.
But the biggest challenge is something far more basic, getting around an increasingly complicated mega-channel universe. The remote control is long overdue for a makeover.
There shouldn't be so many buttons, and you should be able to read what it says on them.
Xbox replaces buttons with voice.
Xbox, Bing, Harry Potter.
And motion control.
And we make sure everything's actionable. Everything that comes up, you as a customer can take advantage of.
And TV makers are offering new ways to channel surf.
You can control LG's new smart TV with what they call their magic remote. It responds to pointing, gestures, and voice.
Sony's taking a type and swipe approach.
On one side, you have a full QWERTY backlit keyboard, and on the front side, you have a touch mouse that allows you to not only control the Google interface, but also your television.
And everyone's wondering what Apple has in the works.
What I think Apple can do pretty easily is take something like Siri.
Here's your message to Brandy Pickford.
Voice recognition, and build it into televisions. Or at least create some sort of added-on functionality for televisions that allows us to talk to our TVs.
One thing's for sure, in the future you'll probably never lose the remote again, or need to change its batteries. You'll likely channel surf with a combination of motion and voice control.
In the future, I don't see us having a time of day without a screen beside us.
It'll be thermostat control, and it will be checking to see if your baby's still asleep upstairs, and it will be monitoring the family calendar, and you'll watch video on it.
You can basically paint a television on your wall, connect power to that, and it'll have the capacity to AirPlay from any device that you want.
With big improvement in HD projection, video on any wall is already here, so the future of TV could be no TV at all. But for live TV, it still has to be provided by cable, satellite, or a telco.
We're going to do it.
Which brings us to the guy who shook up network TV when he launched Fox in the 80s, Barry Diller. He's now backing a controversial startup called Aereo. It streams live TV to mobile devices by assigning each subscriber a mini antenna to capture free over-the-air broadcast signals. The company routes that signal over the web to subscribers for $12 a month.
I think Aereo is an alternative for some people I think particularly younger people.
The technology raises serious concerns about cord cutting, drawing lawsuits from the networks and the National Association of Broadcasters. They want to protect the fees they collect from cable and satellite TV subscribers.
There's many people who will say, I still want my ESPN, I'm still going to subscribe to cable or satellite, but this is a different product for people who think paying lots of money for cable, for all cable services, doesn't really make sense for their style of life.
Diller defends the service, saying it's legal, could help broadcasters expand their audience, and that change is inevitable.
There's going to be a tremendous amount of disruption. And the disruption tends to affect most entrenched players.
While battles between traditional media and new technology drive change, internet-connected screens offer access channel surfers never dreamt of. As TV becomes a two-way experience,
Comedy.
it's never been a better time to watch. Technology is transforming the definition of TV. It's only becoming more important and more valuable.
We're going to be watching more video, more television than ever.
An eyeball on television and an eyeball on internet will start to become one-to-one. And once it becomes one-to-one, the whole damn thing is going to tip.
There's been few things more compelling in the history of mankind than video. It's an irresistible force.
People watch CNBC to capitalize on CNBC.